Hi, I'm Jim Sponsel, and I'm a research librarian here at Davidson College. As a librarian, I help people find, access, and evaluate information. And today, I'll be helping you with your weekly activity for your Davidson Now course. For Activity A, you'll be asked to find newspaper articles. And you may already have a newspaper in mind that you'd like to use for this activity. But if you don't, what I would recommend you do is find a list of newspapers local to your area. A great place to do this is Wikipedia. Wikipedia has a comprehensive list of newspapers broken down by region and state. I've linked this list below. When looking for an article, you might come across the dreaded subscribe to read more. But don't despair. There's always ways you can access newspapers for free, especially local newspapers. One great way to do this is to see if there's a nearby public library that has access to a certain newspaper, either in print or online. One great tool for checking if a public library has a newspaper is the International Catalog WorldCat, again linked below. This tool allows you to look up by zip code which libraries are near you, and you can see if they have a certain newspaper. Once you get access to a newspaper, consider where the stories you want to read might be located. For instance, stories on development and housing might end up in the business section. If the government's involved, it might show up in the politics section. If you're using an online newspaper, start to think about what terms you're going to search. When you do this, think of terms that are going to show up in the story you are looking for. Terms that might be particularly effective are terms that refer to certain policies, like affordable housing or Section 8 housing. Likewise, you might search for terms that refer to certain parties or groups and the actions they take. So for instance, neighborhood, lawsuit, or developer. Finally, when selecting a newspaper, consider any biases it might have. Is this a story that's an opinion piece that shows only one perspective? Are there marginalized voices included, or are these voices excluded from the story? You'll want to find a story that's not only relevant, but also accurate to the events that are happening. For Activity B, you'll need to find local housing policies. A good place to start for this is on a local government webpage, either county or city level. For instance, as a resident of Davidson, I would go to Davidson's website. On this page, you'll want to look for any relevant navigation markers, such as planning or affordable housing. Other things to look for are pages such as a resource page, or to see if there is a newsletter that your town publishes. These are also great places to look for local housing policies. Sometimes I find that government websites are a little hard to navigate, and a tool that's great for getting past this is Google's Advanced Search. Google's Advanced Search allows you to search throughout a website and within a website. So I could search the Davidson College website for affordable housing and see all the pages that those terms show up on. Local housing policy is likely going to be public record. So even if it's not published online, your town or county probably has it on file somewhere. So a good strategy is to just contact your local government offices and ask what they have in terms of housing policy documents. I hope these tips have been helpful, and good luck on your Davidson Now course.